Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. It's time, you guys, it's time. Let's go fight a boss. Is this getting worse? It is getting worse. Infestation medium. Maybe the fanatic could not follow us into the dungeon and could instead just like hang out in town and smash some bugs. Alright, well there's nothing for it. We're as ready as we're getting. Let's do this. We're definitely taking the blood with us. Nobody in town is wasting. Let's bring all the food, a couple of torches. Believe it or not, boss runs usually end up being a little shorter and safer than normal medium-length dungeon runs, so I'm not going to bring extra torches. And hopefully you will understand why I say that once we see it happen. What else do we need? There's a couple of things to use medicinal herbs on. There's more stuff to use keys on in the ruins, I feel like, than there is in the other dungeons. That may not actually be true, but it seems true. And if that's not a good basis for making decisions, what is? We will definitely remember to use dog treats this time. We will have a fight that is worth using dog treats on. And a holy water, I guess? That's probably fine. It's probably good. Yeah.
Mastery over life and death was chief among my early pursuits. I began in humility, but my ambition was limitless. Who could have divined the prophetic import of something as unremarkable as a twitch in the leg of a dead rat?
So yeah, before every boss run, we're going to get a little bit of backstory, a little bit of what the ancestor was up to in the period shortly before everything became too much.
Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
I think I'm going to leave her craving until she hits wasting. Oh. Alright, you two. So we'll,
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
every time you interact with anything with a cursed person in the party, they just, like... Ugh. Alright. Let's do some damage, huh? How do we want to do this? What do we target? The front two are not actually different targets for the purpose of the Hellion, who can wicked hack either of them. I actually think this party's targeting versatility is such that it really doesn't matter who we hit, I guess. Maybe I should have just shot him, I don't know. We should probably make sure that guy goes down.
Give them no quarter.
You know what would be really neat is if we got out of this dungeon without all of our party members afflicted with the Crimson Curse. So we could hack this guy for 6 to 13, or bleed this guy for 5 to 9 plus the bleed. Yeah, let's just try to lower the number of enemies as quickly as possible here. Alright, good resists. The Craving Curse actually lowers their resist, though, doesn't it? Yeah, we might want to be careful with that. Meanwhile, that corpse bleeds quietly in the corner. These guys don't even have any dodge, he just hard missed. Right, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of multi-target attacks in this party. Alright, that's a better start. Yeah, it's nice to have a couple of people with multi-target attacks so that you can turn those opportunities with the one low health enemy into good distributed damage. So you have 5 health left. Tracking shot does so, tracking shot does so little damage that won't even work. Damn, man. What is up with his accuracy? 85%, he's just having bad luck. Alright, fair enough. These guys do have a little bit of prot, too, which makes them kind of frustrating to fight. I don't really want to have to hit this guy. I wish he was already dead. Well, it probably doesn't change very much.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
for me to hit him versus hitting the other guy, but allowing this guy to have one final attack. And they're basically stun-proof, unfortunately. So when the infestation level gets higher and we're more likely to see these kinds of enemies, it actually makes more sense to start... Alright, calm down. It actually makes more sense to bring more bleed-type attacks to the ruins, because some of the fights that would once have been against skeletons will instead be against these dudes. He has 6 health and only 1 speed. She has 4 speed. I'm gonna trust. I'm gonna trust in her ability to deal 6 damage.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay, not a bad start. So in a boss fight level, one room always contains the boss. That room will be the room that is the largest number of nodes away from the starting room. In this case, it's a long, pretty linear path, but it's very often the case that these boss levels are sort of dense and more interconnected, and so it's very often the case that you can get to the boss without having to spend a whole lot of time walking through hallways. We did not get so lucky this time.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Oh no, don't just stick your hand in there. Man. We have the thing for that. That's right, we need to get rid of her compulsion. I keep forgetting. Alright, these dudes are not particularly stun resistant, although they're not really particularly anything resistant. So why don't we work on the back two?
A decisive pummeling.
Okay, good start.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
We can just use a yawp to deny these front two their first turn, but then they'll get to take their second turn right after? Am I better off just trying to kill one of them? Because we're probably going to get hit by all 3 of them at the start of the second round. Yeah, you know what, I think... Come on, don't miss. Alright, there we go. I think that makes sense. So now we take 4 hits in quick succession here, but there probably isn't a round 3.
Palpable fear.
As opposed to the other way, where we would take 1 hit from the guy who we hadn't stunned, and then take 3 hits from all of them at the start of their turn. And then one of them might survive to round 3. Yeah, I think that was right. Should I maybe just stun him? Actually, yeah, let's just land a stun.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
Okay. I really just want to let the Vestal, you know. Uh-oh. Okay. It's starting to turn around on me.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Hey, look, skeletons. Remember when this used to be the place where you go to fight skeletons? Curse you. Yeah, she's not handling this all that well. Excuse me.
Eradicated.
Then again, you know, she usually takes that out on the enemies, so that helps. I usually feel pretty good about trading the Vestal's turn for a stun when she doesn't desperately need to heal.
Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Because her average damage is so much lower than everybody else's. Do I actually... Like, these two are really the damage dealers. I kinda feel okay about just using the Vestal of the Houndmaster as stunners. The Houndmaster especially against skeletons, since he can't apply a bleed to them. It does bring down his damage a little bit. You're at 65 now, and we're at 145 chance to... So yeah, this is still pretty likely to hit. Like 80%. Alright. I would like it if this guy didn't get a turn. I'd also like it if we made sure that guy didn't get a turn. Next round... I think we can probably finish this guy off, though, before he gets to swing. Nope, never mind. Can you please stop being so creepy? That's really all that's happening here, is he's just creeping everybody out. There we go. This guy's going to be functionally unstunnable, so we may as well just focus up here. She could kill him, but the odds are not great. And given that her hitting him is not going to prevent him from attacking, most likely, let's just have her heal. He's going to get his attack, and then he's not going to get another round of attacks. Basically no matter what, because we're great. We don't always show off all the greatness, but I trust me, we are great. Ooh, wow.
Nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Okay, random blue trinket drops, pretty fantastic. This trinket is worth, I think, like $17.50 is what blues sell for. So even if we weren't going to ever use it, it would definitely be worth taking. That said, it is pretty great. I think we probably just toss the herbs. Make room for some more treasure. And you get to open stuff. It is unlocked. Key won't do anything.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Ooh, good. That was a pretty good scout. Was that my last shovel? No, we have 2 shovels. Alright, well we definitely want to peek out into this hallway. Far enough to grab this.
A fortune.
Cool, free stuff.
To be spent.
One of the values of scouting right there. So I think we probably don't want to try to camp. We probably don't want to do that thing where we let our light go down and then camp while we have so many battles in front of us. But maybe this stretch of the dungeon will be a little bit better for that. We have got to... Yep, of course it is. You can see that she smashed it. Why does the lock even matter? We have the key for that, you know. Although I do suppose there's something to be said for making camp sooner rather than later to deal with her stress. Maybe... Please stop in the party. What do I think? We could just go in here, fight in the somewhat lowered light, and then camp. I'm gonna push it. Uh-oh, double stress caster. I may have pushed it too much, unnecessarily endangering us. Maybe she'll get a long string of wonderful crits. And we'll end up with her only having like 10 stress left after this battle. Alright, we can definitely get rid of him with the Iron Swan. Oh, man. Yeah, this is not going that well. Well, she'll probably kill him. Okay. And I wanted to try to ensure that we were going to get him. Okay, so... How do I... Alright. That's very annoying. That's a very annoying thing for you to do. Okay, that's not too bad. It's true. There's a lot of freshly spilled blood. Mostly all over us. Actually, we probably don't want to point that out to her. I'm going to use the dog to attack this guy. On the logic that Dismas could actually... She only needs to take 2 more damage. Dismas might be able to get a Grape Shot blast off that will kill her, and maybe even kill this guy, depending on how much damage we can do to him. Never mind. You know what? Let's just go ahead and poke her then. The Vestal's average damage is pretty low, so I don't feel too bad using her for 2.
The will to fight falters.
Alright, well, I appreciate that nobody's going after the Hellion, at least. Come on, bleed. Alright, we got there.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay, I really need her to fight. So we'll try to get the stun, but we'll try to get it from the Vestal, rather than using Yawp. So I want to try to hand the Hellion a crit, if we can get there. That said, I don't want to give the enemies extra turns, either. I think the Hellion can do this. Okay, Killing Blow is also a chance for stress relief. She didn't actually get it, unfortunately.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
We are finding too many different kinds of loot. I mean, we're just going to have to abandon some stuff. So this is 500 gold. Maybe we're done with the holy water? And then, do I drop 375 gold to take a stack of crests? I think I do.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Let's get a little bit more information here. Okay, so there's an incredibly long string of combats ahead of us. We have 5 torches left. So if we camp right now, because we gotta deal with the stress situation. We'll be at full torch, so it'll be like in here that we would run out. And then we have... Okay, so we have enough torch that we can probably get to the end hallway in full light, even if we camp now. So let's go ahead and camp now.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable. Rats
Okay, he chose not to eat the food. Did not realize that that was an option. I was going to wait until they were wasting, but man, maybe I should just hit him now. I didn't realize that it was going to have such an effect on him. Also, wow, he needs to be de-blighted. I don't think we have any of that. Okay, this will de-stress him significantly, and there's a pretty good chance that it will help the Hellion. Although, it also might do the other thing. Let's go for it. Okay, neither of them found that joke funny. I get it, though. I think they probably just didn't understand it. Alright, so... Hound's Watch and Bandit Sense are the same skill. She could reject the gods, and that would, like, freak people out a little bit. It'll mostly freak out the Vestal. That'll leave us with 2 time units left outside of what it takes to prevent the ambush. We could just, like, wound care him, maybe? I'm not sure I want to push the Houndmaster's stress that high either, though. Maybe we should just buff? Although, we camped so early that we can't carry buffs through to the boss, because we know that there's a million fights between here and there. I think it was the right thing to do, given our stress situation, but it's a little bit of a bummer. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and do this. Trust only what you can kill. No, don't do that. Trust your ability to kill. And then we can just drop his stress by 20 as well. Yeah, this is pretty controlled. We'll deal with his thing with, like, normal healing. Alright, throw a ear to the road, none shall surprise us. Let's hope. That's a little not great.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
We can't de-blight him in any way. He's just going to eat all that blight damage. Man. And the next fight is 3 spaces away, so he's going to take all of that. Yeah, this sucks. This is real bad. I guess let's go ahead and Bloodlust him in the Vestal. Because there are going to be problems either way. Yeah. He is now at 3 health. There's no way for us to keep him from going to Death's Door. Yeah, the fact that he refused to eat at the camp was... I did not see that. I didn't know that was possible. If I had known that was possible, I might have... I would definitely have given him the blood before we sat down. So, what we have to do now... If there was a way to keep him from ever going to Death's Door, it might be worth doing so that he would not have the mortality debuff. But since we know he's going to go to Death's Door, I'm just going to let him.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness
Then we heal him
reveal
off of
themselves.
Death's Door. This is one of those things. I think medicinal herbs is what you want to do here. Too bad we can't. Why don't you do some alchemy? She doesn't know alchemy. Now, she is also blighted. We're going to get into a fight soon, and I'm not sure what the outcome of that is going to be on Dismas's health. Like, will he take the tick of blight before the fight starts, so that he starts the fight at 0? We could give him... I thought food was only going to heal him for 1, by the way. Let's just have him eat up. Okay, well at least it's a nice easy fight. We don't really have the option of not healing him. Also, I didn't change our party order back. I mean, oh well.
Diminished.
Let's just take it real easy here. Okay, we're all de-blighted now. I think we still have to heal Dismas again. Alright, we came out of that significantly better than we went into it.
Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Things are going to be a little rough here. Fortunately, this boss fight is one of the easier ones. I could definitely be more concerned. Screw this guy. It's very important to me that he not get a turn. Alright, he just needs a little love tap. That would have been really cool if Dismas had finished him off so that we could use the Hellions' turn Iron Swanning this guy. Especially since Iron Swan does enough damage that it could just kill him outright. And he ate the stun too, that's unfortunate.
The blood quickens.
Wow, that is a hell of a debuff. What? I mean, I guess we just do damage to this guy. I think Dismas is healthy enough. He won't die this turn if everybody attacks him. Especially, what with him dodging everything.
Decimated.
There you go. We gotta get that stress down a little bit. Alright, and I'm gonna need you guys to stop doing stuff for a second here. So we can figure this out. Now remember, because we have Cry Havoc unlocked, we could still retool this party. and give ourselves a stress reducer. Okay, that's not totally ideal. We don't have to hit this guy right now. Let's start in on his... Wow. On his buddy. Okay, and then we have a full round, probably, to figure this out before he hits us again. So I'm gonna do this.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Come on, Vestal.
A time to
There we go.
perform beyond one's limits. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
We only have 8 food left, so I think we probably should not use food to heal anymore. Because we're in real danger of starvation. Alright, at least the mosquitoes seem to mostly be focusing on the people who already have the Crimson Curse, because I know that they can spread it. No, no turn for you. Okay. Whew. Thank you for the excellent roll there, Houndmaster. The Vestal's damage is actually pretty good when she's in Bloodlust mode. This is...
Destroyed.
Yeah, that's okay. That was alright. I kind of wish I had attacked one that was at full health, but not bad. Ah. She left him at 1. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Dismas' speed is 10 right now. So that's pretty good. Also, Dismas is definitely getting healed. See, the Crimson Curse is definitely having some confounding effects on our strategies. So let's keep this guy from acting next turn. So we might be able to get out of this. Yeah, a little bit of luck. Get out of this without giving them another action against us.
A momentary abatement.
Momentary is all I need, actually.
Annihilated.
Alright, pretty great. So I mentioned this a little bit last time.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Thanks, Wayne. That's very valuable. No, don't read books. Nothing good ever comes from reading. Parties that have high crit chance have sort of a semi-hidden built-in benefit that they kind of have their own stress reduction strategy. Because crits are really good. I'm not 100% sure who I dislike more. These guys both suck. I guess we'll go for him. And the bad luck had to stop eventually.
The ground quakes.
Or did it? Ow. Just re-stressed him. All that work I did, undone in a heartbeat. I'm not so worried about the big guy. Okay, multiple stress events. Not that great. Would you please stop doing that? Oh, I hit the wrong button. I did not mean to do that. Shoot. I mean, we gotta heal. Right, I'm putting myself in a position of pretty grave danger if I don't heal. But if I had not used the wrong attack there, could have avoided some danger. Alright, so this guy's dead. He'll bleed out. Let's just get to work carving up the roast beast here, and hopefully get some decent healing done. His stun resistance is 90. We still actually have a 55% chance to hit a stun on a 90. Let's go for it. Oh well. I do not like this having to cast heals all the time thing.
Death by inches.
This is not a good use of our abilities.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
That wasn't bad, though. I think I'm going to dump the bandages, so let's use one first. We definitely do not want to be in a position where we're leaving behind heirlooms right now. As much as I hate to do it, we might leave this gold. This is 750 gold worth of citrine, but it might actually be worth replacing with 400 gold, because the odds that we're going to find another citrine are not super high. This might be the highest possible value for us for a stack of citrine, right, at 750. But this gold will almost certainly end up being worth more than 750. You know, the inventory slot, if it is full of gold, will almost certainly be worth more than 750, because we will find more gold. I don't feel safe dropping our shovel. There's too many hallways left. And we know we have to go through all of them. Yeah, let's gamble. If we end up finding another citrine, and we don't end up finding very much gold, that could turn out to be the wrong play, but I think the odds of that are not that high. Oh, everybody stopped moving. Oh, because her bloodlust ended. Oh, and also we stepped in a trap.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Because it is important that things continue to go wrong. Oh my god. How many battles have we been through here? I feel like this has got to be as many battles as the last two runs combined at this point.
Obliterated.
Yeah, that's pretty okay. We should stun, right? The stun is gonna... Damn it. Never mind. Just say, the stun is going to be better for our net health than a heal would be. But I guess it is true. The stun can miss, the heal will not. Okay, bloodlust off. At this point, the two of them should be mostly behaving normally. We should not be taking tons of extra stress all the time. So if we let this guy have one more turn, but use my turn right now to stun him. His speed is 3, her speed is 5. The balance of probability is that the Vestal will go next. And then she can judge this dude. Okay. And that way the enemies don't get any turns. This has a decent chance of working. Okay, good. It'll buy us some time. I don't know that I want to do Divine Comfort. I mean, I guess... Yeah, probably. Damn it, we got 3 total healing out of that. I really need the Vestal to get one more turn.
Inspiration and improvement.
There is a 15% chance of this stun landing.
A momentary abatement.
3 again. Man.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
This gives somebody a defensive buff, if I remember correctly. Seems like you could use it. Dodge and prot. I considered giving it to him, but people in the front do tend to get attacked more. Okay, looks like there's a chance that we will not have to do any more fighting until the boss. Still have a shovel left, that's good. Getting dangerously low on food. Dismas could use the stress relief more, but I'm worried that he will fail it and end up gaining stress. His trap disarm chance is not actually 100%. Like everything else in the game, this is the base chance for the action to work, and then the trap has some chance to resist being disarmed. So I don't know what the disarm resistance of a tier 1 trap is, but there was a chance of failure. Don't you read that? Okay. Alright, we're out of torches. Okay. Well, that's not great luck. Alright, not using any food until we're right in front of the door, just to avoid the chance of any unfortunate hunger events. And now, since we know the whole boss fight's taking place while we're under 75 torch, I'm just going to move this into our inventory. She doesn't need to have 10% extra stress during the final battle for no reason. We're going to use our dog treats during the fight. Let's go like... I guess? I think that's right. Okay.
Fierce, terrible, nightmare-made material.
Ow. Don't shoot skeletons at me. What's wrong with you? Who raised you? So, dude has 126 health. It's a real concern. We could open up with a Yop here. He has 75% stun resist, which means the Yop is a coin flip to affect him. If we were to successfully stun him, we wouldn't have to worry about him spawning more skeletons next turn, and we could just spend the first couple of rounds just hammering this dude. That said, we can kind of do that anyway, and the Yop comes with a debuff, and, you know, let's just hit him. Should we kill this guy? We should probably kill this guy. We should probably control the situation a little bit. This is very likely to work. And doesn't have the attendant penalties. Okay, great job, everybody. Way to really show that you want to live and not be horribly murdered by skeletons. Okay, what's the play here? We can still get a stun off. It gives us a little bit of time to play recovery here. Grape Shot is not going to do enough damage to kill this soldier. So let's just hit him, right? Skeletons don't have a turn, or don't get to do anything on the turn they're summoned. So that's why I didn't hit him first. And you know what? We probably need to heal, honestly. I think it's better to do a targeted heal so that only, at most, one person goes to death's door. And you have more dodge. This guy is not a skeleton, by the way. He has a normal corporeal body, and he bleeds just fine. So now the question is, do we want to really focus in on this? Yeah, let's try to limit the number of attacks we take. As much as it doesn't feel great to not fight the boss, controlling the fight, if you have the option, is usually the better call. Keep stacking up those bleeds. Damn it. He has 20% bleed resist. That's just bad luck. Ow. I really would like it if you stopped doing that. The odds of him actually killing this thing are pretty low. What about you? You probably don't kill it either. You probably have to heal. Alright, well, I mean, honestly, the situation right now, for us... Ooh. It's a stress thing? It's a stress thing and it reses a skeleton. Okay, I mean, I honestly would rather have him do that right now than one of the other options. Let's see if we can get lucky and just get a kill. Ah. And of course, she couldn't do enough damage that Grape Shot Blast would be able to finish him off or anything. Yes, that's excellent. Okay. Now we can spend a little time really working this boss over. So what's everybody at? 4 and 4. That's probably not good enough. We need to make sure that nobody goes to Death's Door on another one of his attacks, because going to Death's Door is a significant amount of stress. Dog treats, damn it. I remembered eventually. Okay, next turn. For real. We will do dog treats. Yeah, I'm real bad about the treats. I always forget them. At this point, I think we switch to hack. There's not going to be enough turns left for the bleed to be better than just hitting him harder, I think. Look, I remembered once. So the buff from that is plus 50% damage, plus 15 accuracy. It does not... It's just damage and accuracy. It does not only affect the dog or anything, so it does work on blackjack and stuff. It's still a good idea if you're like trying to blackjack enemies that have high dodge and things like that. Alright, I think at this point we ignore the skeleton. Ah.
Injury and despondence.
Okay, the good news is this time he spawned Rabble instead of a soldier, and the Bone Rabble is the worst enemy in the game by a huge margin. Okay, he's dead. Cool. Let's start dismantling his helpers, because I believe they will not die when he does. I think we do actually have to kill them. Alright, on the whole, that actually went pretty well during the boss fight part. Things did not go that well during the rest of the dungeon, unfortunately.
To actuate them. Will these walking bones finally fail?
This is not a great trinket. This one is pretty great. Minus 3% virtue chance may as well not even be on the... Like, that has no effect. And plus 15% damage is great. Alright, let's get out of here. We got nothing to go back for. Things got a little touch and go there. I was pretty worried around about the middle of the dungeon. But things turned out for us. We're going to have to pay a lot to de-stress people, so this run was not quite as gold efficient as a lot of our recent runs have been. But the trade-off is that we got a Gunslinger's Buckle, which is just wonderful. It's just a great thing. Alright, Vertigo, which is a disease. Just got a disease during the end screen here. That's a little bit of a bummer. Faithless, that's probably not a big deal. Wheeled Explorer has replaced Hard Noggin, so as you continue to accumulate traits once your trait list is full, new positives will sometimes replace your old positives, unless you use the Sanitarium to lock in your old positives. And there are some things that we should consider locking in. We actually have a couple of good ones. Now that we're getting a full enough list, it's maybe worth locking some stuff in.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Okay, nothing crazy happens. Yetchus is controlling himself because he's a trooper. We definitely need to de-stress. How much stress are you at? You're at 45? We maybe don't have to hit her. We can maybe just give her a couple of weeks off and things will be okay. So, first things first, we check the cart, nothing new. Is there a class that we're still missing? I'm trying to think. Because I'd like to have a nice diverse lineup so that we have access to a lot of different strategies. I think we're good for now. We got no town event. We did not, in fact, get another blueprint, even though the blueprint event told us that they were guarded by bosses. So maybe it's a chance every time you defeat a boss, or maybe it's only every couple of bosses. Alright, so who's got what as far as... We might want to lock in Eldritch Slayer, actually. That's a pretty good one. But for right now, she gets de-stressed. So you will only gamble. Alright, let's start there. You don't care. You don't care. She actually has like a pretty good set of skills. Warrior of Light's good. Healer's Gift is pretty good. Oh, but it looks like we don't really have a lot of other restrictions here. So let's have Kusi do this in this building. And we'll put the 2 infected people in the other building. Reduces treatment cost by 15%. We don't need busts, do we? No, busts are what the Sanguine Vintners is made out of, so maybe we don't. Great, we have one of them pray. And then one of them meditate. If you're wondering why the costs were different, it's because she's level 3, she's in the next tier. You can tell by the change in the icon there, the color of the icon. Costs more to de-stress people when they're higher level. Alright, on the whole though, pretty good. See here, Moon Ring is kind of the opposite of the Sun Ring, in the sense that the Sun Ring is very good and the Moon Ring is not. No, that's not strictly true. That's a little bit of an oversimplification. You definitely can run teams that are focused on being okay in the darkness, and the Moon Ring is just as good in that situation as the Sun Ring is in the situation that I like to run. But I'm scared of running in the dark. It's too scary, man. Alright, so what we got here? Flagellant only, plus 10% death blow resist? That doesn't seem like that great of a rare. Does he have unusual death blow resist? He does. He really does. His death blow resist is 73%. Okay, I see what they're going for here. They're trying to make you feel safe taking him to death's door and just leaving him there? I wouldn't. Seriously, that seems like a very risky way to play. And here we have the Hell's Hairpin, which is a pretty okay item if you are running that low light style. That's not really how I like to do things. We do need to start leveling up the Wardens, but unfortunately, we don't have enough level 3s for that to be a good idea here. So next mission, or next video, we might just do a couple of short runs together. Ooh. Or we might do this, because the Padlock of Transference is a pretty good item with no downsides. And it causes this town event? Is that what I am to understand here? Lost in Fact. I can't click on this, so I don't know what it does. But that might be the way to go. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. That's a good trinket. It's a good, strong trinket. So who would go with us? We have to make sure that we get another healer up to level 2. And I mean, it's the Cove, so we can take that. We can take the Cove party, right? These guys love the Cove. Now, we actually... What are we? We're at 20 people right now, right? You actually only need 16 heroes to beat the game. So we don't necessarily benefit a lot from spreading XP out all over everybody. So why don't we take some of our people who are in the process of getting to a decent level. Oh, are you... Yeah, you're religious, okay. Well, a lot of our frontline type guys are religious. We could just bring Campion. Bounty Hunters make okay frontmen. From the front, you can still use Collect Bounty and Finish Him and Uppercut. And we could give him... We could keep him marking, or we could give him Come Hither. You know, he works just fine as a person who has a mark in this party. Yeah, this is how we'll do it. So let's... I always do this. What do we bring in? Somebody who likes to punch stuff should bring the Sun Ring, probably. What is our stress levels? These people who are coming in? Low. Okay, yeah, so I feel pretty good about this. And we'll just give him +5 more accuracy. Let's see him dodge that. You can... I don't know... Speedstone? Oh, you're fast, actually. Maybe we don't need him to Speedstone. But there's not a lot of really compelling stuff for him to bring, either. I mean, -2 dodge isn't that big a deal. And this could make the... This only has to make the difference once to be worth it, right? You... We are going to fight some Eldritch stuff. And maybe plus speed, although his speed's pretty good. I think we want to give her plus speed. And probably nothing else, I guess. We don't really have a lot of other relevant stuff. We still have a lot of really bad trinkets. We don't have the cool trinkets yet. So we're going to have empty slots a lot for a while. Okay, well I think that's what we're doing. We are getting portraits from this. Is it maybe worth doing one of the other missions so that we can get deeds and busts? Because those are what we really need. Yeah, this is fine. We'll do this. We'll gather some relics. We'll find out what this town event is. It's cool that you can intentionally trigger town events now. And I guess that's how they balance these quests where you have to go and find stuff and bring it back. Because obviously these are a little bit of a bummer in the sense that the Ancestors' Relics take up inventory space. And, if nothing has changed, each one of them takes a space. Rather than this being a... So you lose like a quarter of your inventory to the quest item. So I guess it ought to do something cool. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Come back next time. Apparently, we're going out to find a bunch of our ancestors' garbage. What fun. And we'll see you then.